Baseball on MLB Network is underway.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
Behind 0-2 now. Jenkins has both great strikeout stuff and exceptional command on the mound to go with it. A rare combination, but one that makes him one of the best in our sport.
Matty V, you talked about it. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Well, if you don't walk a lot of guys, that means you have to throw the ball in the strike zone. And when you do, with great stuff like this guy has, he racks up the strikeouts. There aren't a lot of guys that get strikeouts by throwing the ball in the strike zone. This is one of the few that does it.
The next 0-2. Hit on the ground to third. Schmidt's got it. And a good throw gets him one gone. And now here's a look at Tony La Russa's lineup for the visiting long ball beasts. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Matty, I know this team can swing the bat. But one thing I'm focused on, and I think a huge key for this team, is base running. And I'm not necessarily saying stolen bases, just being aggressive on the base pass, putting the defense on their heels, taking the extra base. Maybe that's send from first to home. That's what I'm hoping to see.
Set to deliver the 0-1. Popped him up. Morgan has a play. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Batting third.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone.
Chipper.
And standing in now, one of the best players of the past 2 decades, the great Chipper Jones. Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. A ball and a strike.
Now this pitcher's feeling the flow right now. 2 outs in the first inning. He's got really nice mechanics working right now and blew that fastball right by him.
Fork ball. 1-2 now.
Pretty late with the swing there. As a pitcher, you have to recognize that and keep coming in with the hard stuff until he proves he can hit it.
Taken that time by Chipper as the count draws even at 2-2.
He executed that 1-2 curveball pretty well. I think that's right where he wanted it to end up, but he couldn't get him to.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. So not much happening here in the top half of the first. On now to the bottom of inning number 1 with no score after a half an inning. Jack Morris takes the mound for the Beasts today. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you can throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
So digging in now, Ricky Henderson. He'll lead things off
Leading
here
off
in the
ball
bottom
game
half of
this
the first.
afternoon, the left fielder, number 24.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Lined hard toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Hey, this game's starting off exactly the way they want it to. Lead off single in the bottom of the first after their pitcher went out there and threw a donut on the board. Boys are flying around.
Into the box now, Joe Morgan. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Glenn going back on it. Still ranging back. And this one is gone. A home run. So it's a 2-run shot to right center as it's now a 2-0 ball game.
I think if this pitch would have been a little higher and in on his hands, it would have been effective. but he left this one belt high. Big mistake. He's a guy that will feast on belt high pitches on the inner half, which is pretty obvious now.
Now at the plate, Ken Griffey Jr.
Batting third, the center fielder, Ken Griffey Jr.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Carter ranging back at the track, but he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap.
Boy, this is not the way you'd like to start an inning right here after that two-run
Batting
bomb.
fourth,
Another base hit,
right
and this
fielder,
could get ugly
Reggie.
real early.
Yeah, there's a fight at the bat
Jackson.
rack right now, Dan. He saw that two-run missile go out, and he was on point getting himself a knock.
Standing in now, Reggie Jackson, and it's belted high and deep into right center, and that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And a nice job to get the ball in quickly. He'll be held to a single here with nobody out.
Batting fifth,
Man,
the
you might
third
see some
baseman.
scrambling between a manager and a pitching coach in this one. That's 4 consecutive knocks, code red.
In now, Mike Schmidt, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Another first inning RBI opportunity for him here. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. On a rope to the second baseman. Moment now to have a look at Tommy Lasorda's
The first
lineup for the
baseman,
expansion era
Ryan
Boomers. Mark, daytime
Stanford.
baseball at home. What do we need to know about these guys?
Well, Matty, this lineup's going to have to find a way to score early. Get this pitcher uncomfortable, stay on the attack, get into the bullpen. That's the name of the game. They let this guy settle in. He'll breeze through 7 strong.
From the stretch. Swing and a line drive. That's in there. Base hit. And they'll hold that runner at third as everybody moves up a base, and they're loaded with
Batting
one
seven.
away.
Nice
That's
piece of hitting
shortstop.
right there. Looked like the guy on second had to respect it and freeze a little bit.
They had to freeze there for a second to make sure that line drive gets down, but eventually does get to third base.
Into the box, Robin Yount. He swings and sends a bullet to right field. Quinn has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner.
Batting eighth, the catcher, Andre Dawson.
Now to the plate, Andre Dawson, 8th batter of the inning now with the bases loaded and 2 away. Hoping to limit the damage, here's the pitch. Line to the right side. Gwynn is there, and he puts it away as they're able to escape with only limited damage on the scoreboard. But 2 come across to